So, one more thing. So tobacco. So smoke cigarettes, smoke cigars. Don't inhale. Use a vape. Um, so many people think the nicotine in the vape is, some say, worse than smoking cigarettes. Um, Worse than a cigar. Some say it's synthetic nicotine. I don't know. So, chemical additives, the flavoring, the carrying of the vaporization. So when you smoke meth, you heat it with an indirect flame in a glass and on tin foil or aluminum foil. Heat it with an indirect flame. You hold the flame away, it's better. So it has a melting point. Beyond the melting point, it reaches a burning point where it makes smoke rather than a vapor. Just a little word to the wise. Um, I know chemicals, I know drugs, I know substances. Um, um, So crack cocaine, right? Meth is a salt, acidic. It's not alkaline. Um, it is the pH is low, I would say, rather than high. Um, so it has somewhere around 120 is where you get close, I think. But anyway, degrees Fahrenheit. The flame low, right away from the glass. So there could be cutting agents. There could be from the manufacturer. There could be reagents left over. There could be chemical byproducts from uh, mistakes that could be there, and those have different melting points or burning points, you could say. Um, Different points at which they create inhalants through the device. So the aluminum foil is used. The heating causes it to melt and leave the flame as a result of gravity. It leaves a solid form into a liquidized form, so to speak. So as it does that, it reaches a hot surface onto a cold surface, cooler surface, and that's where you get the vapors that are useful, right from the substance that you're looking for to vaporize, right? But then there's the other chemicals, other you know solids, other things that are heated as well, and so they cause other chemical reactions, other response to the heat, the flame, the the burning that can cause damage to the body. It can. So, impure product you're gonna get, right? Pure cocaine, right? Looks like scale of a fish. They say fish scale. They call it crystalline, right? But there's the white snowy powder. The cocaine is gonna be white, right? All that there, it is insufflated, right, as a salt. If you make it a free base by adding, let's say, baking soda to it, so use ether, water, whatever you do, some kind of solvent that can then take a alkalizing agent and through whatever process results in, oh, it comes back when you heat it, dry it, dehydrate it into crack, right? It's not a new substance per se. It's a different substance, they say, but it's the same substance with something new, and then it changes form, right? It's alkaline. Well, crystal meth is acidic, so it's a salt, so it's the pH low. Um, Many of the manufacturer methods give you at first a free base, which it enters into a non-polar solvent, right? So it leaves that state and becomes able to be extracted from that solvent when you acidify, right? We're catching on. So all of these, it's like elementary chemistry, high school chemistry, college chemistry if you want, but it's very simple. So direct flame to the crack, right? The free base. The the cocaine you can't smoke at all, but if you could, it'd be more like the meth, which you could heat with an indirect flame. You never touch the flame to it, so it's not to be burnt and smoked, right? So like marijuana, you light and fire and smoke, like a left-hand cigarette. Um, but let's go back to tobacco. So it's generally smoked. Can be, put in the lip, snuffed up the nose, can be vaporized, right? So to each their own, right? But tobacco is naturally occurring. Um, some people say a lot of things about other substances. So they can be found in nature, they can be utilized, chew on a leaf, whatever you do. Extraction methods, acid, base, right? So, there's a lot there using different solvents, adding different this, different that. And you can, purify as needed. You can add to, you can put whatever in with that can imitate an appearance, taste, and texture without taking away from the whole experience. And that's the whole thing of a pusher, of a distributor, of a drug dealer, is finding a way to get the quality that they will pay for versus the quality they could have if they paid a little more, right? So there's that. I don't know. And then there's what you cannot account for: the failure of the chemist, the failure of the person thinking before you. And then there's the whole adding things to it to get you more hooked, to maybe unalive you. Maybe by mistake something touches another. I don't know. I don't want to make excuses for hard drugs, but tobacco, sometimes it has added to it. It's not organically grown, naturally occurring in and of itself, or it's rolled with, whatever, what it's added to it, what it's filtered by, what the medium by which you in, take it in, um, may be impure. They add chemicals too, right? So I consider that. I consider the stench, the discoloration it might give, the physical harm that might occur. I consider all that. But as an adult, you can buy legal products at the store, can't you? So to each his own, you consider all that. And so remember God when you take a substance and use it. Good luck.